Hey everyone, I'm doing a quick update video on my progress using Hims minoxidil finasteride combination hairspray. Here is I'm using the Hims brand, but basically they're all they're all the same. So whether you're getting Hims or Keeps or I don't know, any other generic brand, they pretty much use the same combination and percentage of finasteride and minoxidil for hair loss, preventing hair loss and regrowing hair. So as I take this video, I have surpassed the 11-month mark on using the hairspray, and I wanted to do this video because it was a very unique time period in which I've done these videos. It's about 2 weeks since I got my last haircut, and as you can see here, I just took a shower, so it's a little bit fluffy, so to speak, my hair. But my opinion is right now is, obviously I do feel I've had progress using the hairspray, but currently I do feel like volume-wise in my hair, I do feel it's a little loose is the best way for me to describe it. It does feel a little bit airy in that regards. Here is my current progress with my hairline. Again, I'm not sure if you could see, there's like these 3 loose strands here. I've had that since the beginning of, starting the hairspray. And that's kind of, again, like my marker for, in terms of like, how does the hairline more or less progress or recede from those 3 loose hairs. It's never went past those 3 hairs or went further in terms of growth further down than those 3 loose hairs. But it has basically, in my opinion, at least thickened and stabilized in the hairline. I was losing quite a bit, and my hairline was severely thinning right before the start of using the minoxidil finasteride hairspray. Now, again, I've said this throughout all my videos if you take a look at past videos, but my difficulty in terms of using the hairspray has been basically the top of my head, my bald spot up here, if you guys can see it. It's pretty pronounced, and again, as I kind of mentioned, I'm not quite sure if I'll ever be able to regrow hair in that area because I've had that bald spot probably before I started taking hairspray for almost close to a decade at this point, and it wasn't as bad as it looks now. It was fairly filled, and in fact there are times that obviously if I fix my hair the right way you would never notice it, but within the past 2 years that bald spot really just stuck out, and in using the hairspray it's hard for me to kind of tell my own progress up top if it's working or not. Even when I watch past videos, it's been very hard to document. One thing I will say is that I did miss 1 day of using the hairspray during this time period between January and February. And there was a problem with my spray bottles. That I do feel that while I was spraying my hair and really massaging the solution in, there have been times when to be frank, the solution wasn't really getting out of the bottle and properly distributing on my scalp. Again, mainly to the bottle being kind of semi-busted in a way. And that tends to happen once you start, I guess for the Hims hair brand, it starts to happen when you really start getting through the dilution and it gets to the point where the hairspray, the actual nozzle, kind of gets stuck and doesn't have the spring to it where it just pushes out as much of the solution onto your hair. So I do think because of that, one of the things I notice is that if you don't really get as much of that solution, and especially if you miss a day or two, the reaction to my hair basically either shedding severely or like losing its traction is kind of noticeable. Again, during this period, I do feel that my hair is a little bit looser in a sense. Um, if my advice for anyone who's kind of like taking the topical hairspray is be consistent, don't miss a day, and if there's ever a period where you don't feel that you're getting as much of the solution like onto your scalp, even though it's not recommended by HIMS, they say only do 4 sprays. But again, in my opinion, if you're not getting the full width of the sprays, spray more. Because I do feel that, at least for me personally, that if you're not really getting as much of the solution onto the hair as you normally do, or as you should, the, I guess, retraction and regression of progress is very noticeable, and you can feel it. And for me right now, 11 months in, I can feel it. My hair does feel a little bit less voluminous. When I kind of run my hands through it, it does feel a little bit kind of looser, and I do kind of base that, or I kind of felt that in terms of like the solution, me not getting the solution as much on my hair scalp. Other than that, I do want to kind of address some questions in terms of side effects. I haven't had any side effects personally. I can't say if that will be for everyone, but that was the reason I did the topical hairspray, because I was concerned using a pill that you could have any one number of the side effects that they say that you get from taking finasteride and minoxidil. I've had none of it. In fact, I'd probably say the only side effect that I've had, at least for me, again, was hair growth. And I'm hoping that, again, as a positive side effect, that continues. But I've had no, as far as I could tell, no bodily or visual issues in terms of side effects. Again, the only unfortunate thing is that pretty much, again, as I kind of said, if you stop using the hairspray, the regression is very quick, in my opinion. This is a thing for life now for me, or as long as the hair growth will continue, that I'll have to always continue using the hairspray. But anyways, this is kind of a look in terms of my hair. I'm not sure if you guys can, hopefully see it up top. Again, still really working the top of my head, top of my scalp. But as I approach 1 year, again, I'm still happy with the progress that I've had, or at least that I visually can, think that I had. And here's hoping that, again, there's still more progress to come.